Hi and welcome back again. We are moving on. We're Luxe. As you can tell, the grin on my face gets just a little bit bigger when we talk about the Luxe box. Had such a great time for the fall curating these pieces for you. So the team all kind of came together on this one and we pulled in these 3 curations for you. So we're each going to talk about one. Let's talk a little bit about the Luxe fall and actually winter, which you have not yet seen, just so you are aware. I have to tell you, very excited to share yet again that when you watch all the curations in your Luxe fall, I can tell you without giving away too much because they made me promise, Mel, don't share too much detail. You will be pleasantly surprised to see how well these will go with what's coming for you for the winter, as well as your last fall and spring and summer's pieces. So this is completely a collection that you're building right now. So without further ado, I say let's get started on Luxe.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't say that I have any one version I love more or less than another. I can only tell you which one I probably match best with today, clothing wise. And that one is version 1 creme brulee. Because you know we love food so much, I had to have at least one version named after some sort of dessert or food. And so this is the one. Hold on, Lily's trying to get up with me really quickly, so I'm gonna have Nicole help me do a little Moodle flip. There we go. She doesn't like it when we take a video and she's not in it. There you go. Okay.
See, I'm the star.
Yeah, I think she's decided she's the star. Okay, you get comfortable and we'll video. 3 cash pots / vases for the fall version 1 creme brulee. I'm gonna lift them up. As Maddie did earlier, that's me now. It does have a lid. All 3 sizes come with the lid. I removed it for you just to show you how versatile this piece is and that it can be a vase as well as a cash pot, decorative pot. These are beautiful. These are a little bit of a pearlescent and they're cream, slightly bits of gray in there, not much. It's definitely a creamy brown, vanilla pearlescent color. And you're going to get 3. They are ceramic.
Hold them up to kind of show them together. This will be the small.
Maddie's got medium, and I've got the large. These are fantastic pieces. Like you say, use them as a vase, use them as a decorative pot, split them up, pair them together, put one off to the side. Possibilities with these are pretty much endless on how you'd like to decorate them.
They really are.
I'll give you sizes so you will know.
And they do all have feet on them as well.
Yes.
Pardon me.
16 inches in height for the large, and this is just off without the lid.
Would you like without the
Yes,
lid as
thank you.
well? Okay.
With the lid, you get about another inch. This one is 11 3/4 inches tall, and your small is going to be 8 inches tall. I saw these. Actually, we saw them together when we were at one of the shows and we were in with one of our partner showrooms. I stopped again. So when I really love something, I stop talking, I'm looking at it, I'm picking it up. I think I tried to hug these when I saw them because I loved them so much. And I said, this is it, we have to have these. And unfortunately, I think everybody else loved them as well. It was very difficult for me to get my hands on the quantity I was able to get my hands on for you. And I actually, I did a little finagling. So, and I think some pleating was involved too with our partner. Some pleating. I wasn't above pleating for you to get these. We did include some stems. You can use them with stems or without. Either is going to be beautiful. But if you want to give it just a little something more, again, as we've mentioned before, the whole idea with Luxe, a little something more, we're including 3. These are incredible, lightweight, beautiful off-white cream. You can spread them out here. The noise you're hearing is me just separating the leaves, palm leaf stem, and we're doing 3. They do have kind of a felty, velvety wrapping, brown wrapping around the stem. And then Maddie will give me the other 3. So you can place these inside, and then I'm going to cover my head up here for a minute while I show you this. You can spread them out, really floof them out if you'd like to get a really full look on these. Otherwise, you can pull one out or two out or not use any at all. And if you want to adjust heights on these, same thing. We suggest using some of the packaging that these are going to come with. And then if you really wanted and you knew how you wanted to style it and leave it styled that way, you can clip one of the ends on one of your stems to make it just a little bit shorter for you, or easily bend it, whichever you most prefer to do. So you get 3 of these very beautiful stems that come with these. By the way, these will also go great with your clear, if you pick that beautiful tree trunk clear vase we did in the spring, I think it was. These will go great in there.
Or even the Premier Luxe box. What was that called?
Almita
vase. That big, tall,
beautiful Almita. That'd be gorgeous with it
as well. Lots of options.
Tons. So we love these. I'm going to pass them off.
Absolutely.
Also, just to kind of show you, you can tell I use these on the regular here. Your fall box, if you chose the pillows last season, these go great with this. So if you have these in the same room, these are all going to pull together for you really, really well. And then behind me over here and to right behind Maddie, if you chose the Capiz lamp version from the summer, this is also going to play so well with any of the versions you're going to see here today, as does the crystal lamp. That crystal lamp with the white top, the white base. Oh my goodness, that's going to be gorgeous also with a few of these versions. So I'm going to take these, move these down for you for now. Thank you. Just because these are so fragile and I know what I will do and what's coming, I'm going to need all the space I can get.
I'm going to do one just quick.
Oh yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Close up and
yes.
personal.
Yeah, Nicole will show you. And you really can't quite see how pearlescent is the finish. No. It's so pretty.
It really is.
You'll love it when you see it.
You can see a little.
Okay. Thank you, Nicole. And generally, we do a nod to the season, and I try not to be too season specific for you. However, when I saw these pieces, I knew I had to be a little more season specific on this, just because we couldn't help it. Mm-hmm. Okay, Maddie, if you wouldn't mind.
Yes.
There are 3, and they are huge. So we're going to do the same thing again. As Nicole said, bigger than your head. Okay. These are gorgeous. These are kind of a clear, almost metallic-esque.
Like a glaze.
Yes, there you go. Pumpkin
glaze.
Gold metal stem. Beautiful, elegant, sleek, subtle. And it'll give you that sophisticated nod to the holiday that so many of us want without being too overt. And so this is going to take you all the way through fall. Mm-hmm. And then some people would even still pull these in with a couple other pieces into their winter, depending. So the thing also I love about these is that it's either going to be your large pumpkin or your medium pumpkin. They're going to be a cloche. So it's going to be large or medium. It will depend on which one comes in your box, which is really exciting because you can take the candle and slide him, thank you, Maddie, right up underneath. Light up one of your flameless candles and give it that kind of illuminating glow, and have it just kind of set off, and then cast that shadow on the back of your wall or your table, and that shadow will bounce off the other pumpkins, and it's going to look so pretty together. So I get so happy. I'm trying not to bounce in my chair right now as we talk about it. So Nicole's going to show these to you while Maddie and I get you the dimensions for the 3 slices. Okay. We are going to start with the medium because that's the one that's easiest to get to, and I'm going to start from the stem. So top of the stem to the bottom on your medium is about 11 3/4 inches. And then top of the stem to the bottom on the small is 8 3/4 inches. And then our Mondo pumpkin is 15 3/4 inches high. They are stunning in person. I think you'll be just as excited as we are when you open up your box and see these. Now there's one more piece in this version. So you're getting 3 pumpkins, 3 cash pot / vases, 3 fillers, and then the bowl. The bowl. Decorative, functional, however you'd like this one to be. It can be either for you. And it's a beautiful brown, wavy bowl. It's not too deep, which is fantastic, which means you can actually serve, I'm gonna go to food again. The fall, you can do candies in here. You could do berries, nuts. You could do walnuts or things like that. Anything in there. And then we actually have another piece we'll show you that you can transition into winter with this piece and how you could easily do that. I love this bowl. It's gorgeous. From one side to the other here, we have 14 inches. And it's going to be just slightly curved in on the sides and have a little bit of a wavy lip. And Nicole will show you it's got a small base on the bottom. I love this bowl. Actually, I love all of them. So you'll see, it's all coming. And then we've all decided, thank you, Nicole, we've all decided to choose our favorites from the semi-annual contemporary box. A botanical has been included. However, we also have the botanical available in the decor shop because we all loved it so much and thought, oh no, this has to be available to everyone. So we each had a favorite botanical color. I'll start with mine and show you and discuss that one and how well it will go with your bowl for if you want to make this, when you want to transition this into winter. So I picked the golden pine, and it's the orange color. So you've got dried oranges in here, golden pine cones, green leafy sprays, little gold berries, and then tiny, you've got different size ornaments that are all the golden color. It goes spectacularly well with the bowl.
Just look at it. It's meant to be, guys. It's meant to be.
Sometimes everything falls into place. And I can tell you, if you knew how long it took me to curate your boxes and how many hours we've all put in collectively, and Kim included, when we're sitting down and we're really starting to pull together and I have these ideas for you, sometimes I scrap everything and I start all over because it didn't quite feel right. This time it flowed, and then we were all, oh, but wait a minute, the fillers. So your botanical will be beautiful with the bowl. If you choose to have that later, it'll be available to you in the decor shop. So those are my 9 pieces that you get included in version 1, which is your creme brulee. Maddie's going to take us away on version 2 and continue the fun.
Perfect.
Okay.
Sounds good. So version 2 is definitely, it speaks to me a lot just because of the colors, and you'll see in just a moment. So I'll start with our vase set. So this is a taupe glass vase set, and it is a set of 3. So I'm going to very gently set these down. They are pretty hefty. So I'm going to move slow because I don't want to break anything. That would be my luck.
20 inches in height on your tallest.
Perfect.
Yes, we're all very gingerly. 17 inches on your medium. And 13.5 inches on your small vase.
Wonderful. So one of my things with these guys is, I've said a million times, you already know, I'm farmhouse. And I want to know, how do I incorporate a touch of luxury into farmhouse? How do I make my house from just the regular ordinary to just that elevated kind of wow? And it's knowing your color schemes and knowing how to incorporate it into your everyday. So for me, that's the browns, the taupes, things like that. I can take this and I can say, I can put this on my fireplace, or I can put this on my front entryway table, and it will flow because I can have similar type items. I can have other glass type items, and it goes with my color schemes. It will also go with the woods and washed paints and things like that I have in there. So you're gonna see how it will incorporate into your kind of farmhouse house, or if you want to use it with your semi-annual farmhouse, things like that. So those are your vases. And then we have your stem to go with them. This one we did pre-cut just for your reference. And it is a double Eva stem. It is quite spiky. And the texture is kind of...
It's that very lightweight foam-esque
thank
feel.
you.
It's a foam-esque feel to it. And the leaves are actually a two-tone, which Maddie will go into further detail about. They have a lot of character and texture to them.
They really do. And you'll see that they even have... It's set as one leaf, but they have two leaves layered on top of each other, so that way it gives you even more of a textured look. You have those wonderful kind of purpley mauves that are very, very popular this season, and then we have it into has a very, very subtle hint of blue, but it's definitely more on the greeny side for your leaf. So for this guy, we did trim him to fit into the middle, your medium-sized vase. So I'm just going to set these guys all right here so you can see the trio. He's so pretty. I love how unique he is. It's just the eye-catching piece.
I wanted to give them something. I wanted you to have something that was a little bit different when it came to your inserts this season. We've done beautiful orchids and those real touch orchids, and those were great. We've done dogwoods, and we've done magnolias in last falls when you had that beautiful jaws vase, which by the way will go gorgeous with this, to lay that one out if you really wanted to do that elevated and have several florals across the bottom, or succulents in the jaws, and then pull up your floral insert here. So we wanted to give you something different this time around that you're not going to see everywhere else. And that is a bit unique and just in your Luxe boxes.
Yes. So to move on, the next item I will pull is going to be your bowl.
See, I get excited. I can't help it.
And I love him. He's just so sleek and beautiful. And it is a glass taupe bowl. And he does have more depth to him. So you could put a substantial amount of anything in there. I mean, my brain just said candy. See? Of course.
Nicole's rubbed off on your house. She's always, we could put candy in this.
Candy corn.
Candy
corn.
Candy corn.
There you go. Do your fall fruits in here. You could do those really pretty greens and red and orange pears, and that would be really gorgeous in here as well.
There's some figs in there.
Oh, yeah. You had me at figs.
Yeah.
She had me at figs. I'm going to get you some dimensions while Maddie goes on about the bowl.
Perfect. But yeah, I mean, and he's hefty. Just like your vase set, he's going to be pretty heavy. So when you receive your box, please have your son, your husband, pick it up for you, or lift with your legs.
Lift with your legs. Lift with your legs, ladies. As you know, how large are these boxes when you receive them?
I think sometimes they're so excited they don't even bring it into the house. They just rip into it.
Actually,
because I would do that.
We did have one member, and she wrote saying, I didn't wait. I couldn't lift it, so I just opened it outside. I opened it outside.
Brought each piece into your house individually.
And I thought,
kind of adds to the fun.
Yes. I love it. That's what I would do. So it is 13 inches in diameter, and then we'll get a height. If you wouldn't mind holding it, I'll grab a height for it, and then Nicole's going to show it off for you.
Thank you.
Beautiful. So you have, really, as it comes down, it's going to be 7 inches in height. And this one has a nice, beautiful base on the bottom.
It really does.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Pedestal.
And don't mind our fingerprints on there. It does show fingerprints, so just to warn you, if you'd like to avoid needing to have to wipe them off, put on some gloves, or just take your towel and give it a quick little wipe off right before you want to put all your display pieces in it.
Very easily.
Easy. And then, did you want to show them your favorite?
I do.
Okay.
Of course. if you've seen it in the shop, or if you're a semi-annual contemporary subscriber, then you probably already know which one I'm going to grab.
She's excited.
It's the green fur.
It's green.
It's green. I love it. He's fantastic, though. He has the pine needles, pine cones, the ornaments. I love it. And your pine cones are glazed in a light golden color, and then it's flocked with the silvery glitter. It's beautiful, and it's fantastic, and it
Imagine
goes so
it
well.
in this bowl.
I know.
See?
It's so pretty. And so we, like I say, we wanted to be able to give you the option to transition these through and show you how each of these seasons build upon the other. And since this is an optional piece, the botanical, you needn't get it if you don't want to, but it is available to you if you do, and this is what you can do with it.
I may have gotten two.
She did. I think she's working probably on the third. I don't put anything past her right now. Addiction.
It's
It's real.
And
It's
it depends
real.
if I can find something to put it in.
Yeah, She
If.
will. When winter
When.
comes, you'll understand what we're doing.
And I will have a confession to make come winter.
Yeah, she will. Hi, I'm Maddie. I have all three botanicals. Okay, carry on, Maddie.
Wonderful. Alrighty, so I'm going to move on to the next item. I love these guys. They are so cute. And I'm just moving down the line of everything that I have stacked up in front of me. So pardon me bobbing in and out of frame. So these guys you'll receive two. It is a set of two. They are crystal shaped tea light holders. It does come with a little tea light in there, so he fits just perfectly inside. Super cute. And I mean, you can light them if you want. Personally, I probably would not, unless I wanted to change the candle out to something a little more colorful or more season specific.
Pretty.
But honestly, I would probably keep the candle as is, and then I can rotate my candle and just have a good go-to. So that would be my personal preference. And he does have feet on the bottom, so he won't scratch your surfaces.
Yes, and I'll show you all this dimension.
And these are going to be 6 inches.
Perfect. And they're just so cute. I love them.
We love these. And also, to add to what Maddie was saying, if you remove the little tea light votive that is in here and you found a thinner pillar, you could also do some pillars out of here if you so prefer. Either would look really good.
They would.
Okay.
Item in this curation, or set of items, I should say, are going to be pumpkins. Because it's fall. You gotta have pumpkins.
And because I couldn't resist any of them when I saw them,
They're
I had to
just
have them all.
Beautiful. I mean, you see pumpkins all the time and you're like, oh, those are so cute. But these are hand-blown glass pumpkins. And when I tell you, and when you see on camera how pretty they are, it doesn't even, you have to see it in person. The hand-blown stem has goldy bronze mixed into it. So it's almost, think of like a watercolor painting almost, how it's just swooshed through. And it's just beautiful. The gray, brown, speckled in each of these pumpkins is just, it's gorgeous. I love it. I could talk about it forever probably.
These are amazing. They really are. They're also, again, you've got yourself quite a bit of heft to these pumpkins.
Yes.
And the colors are not going to translate as well on camera as they will when you see them in person. But they're beautiful. And Maddie touching on the hand-blown stems. When you see it, you'll fully appreciate it. It's just this gorgeous swirled, there's a little bit of that kind of copper gold color in the stem itself to pull out all the taupe that's in your vase and in your Eva spiked cone. We'll get you some dimensions on these.
Yes. Oh, I'll hold it, baby.
Oh, thank you.
I'll hold it, baby.
Okay, I'm just actually going to go I'm not going to include the stem for you. I'm just going to include the actual base of the pumpkin. And that one is 4.5 inches. And then if we do the medium, thank you. Same thing. I'm just going from the pumpkin before the stem here. He is 6 inches. And then Nicole's got the last one. And that one is going to be 8.5 inches. They're wonderful. We love them. And again, it's our nod, a little more so than usual for the Luxe to include here because of how clean and sophisticated they are. These are just going to flow seamlessly into your decor, not really stand out unless you want them to. And that's what we love about them. This just speaks Luxe.
It does. It just has that elevated elegance that Luxe deserves.
It does. It really does. And again, your pillows from last season, if you chose them, go fantastically well with this taupe version. And then can we talk about your pear? I know, pumpkins and pears, you can separate them around the house. And also if you got those hurricanes, those beautiful amber colored hurricanes last season, the big pear next to your amber vases this season, phenomenal. And then you could take your hurricanes and place your pumpkins around those if you wanted to. So if you had last fall's box, you have a complete collection right here to do your fall with based off last fall and this fall, and then touch in some of your lamps from the summer. And then I also forgot to mention on my version on creme brulee, if you picked the version the summer that came with that beautiful golden bowl, that will also go so great with the creme brulee version.
Oh, yes.
If you picked creme brulee and you had that version, you just added to your collection even more without knowing it. So that is all the pieces, correct, for version 2, the Muted Elegance. Nicole's going to take us away on our last version, which is version 3.
Yep, classic composure. So super similar to version 2 in terms of the types of pieces, but different color scheme, which I love this color scheme. So we're going to start out with this bowl. This bowl is also glass, and it's this super shiny white glass, and then it has a clear rim. It's super well-made piece, and I just love it as well. As you can tell, it's similar to the other one here, and it's just absolutely a year-round piece. And I already want to bring up my filler, but
let me get my botanical
you
right
put
now.
Botanical in here, and instantly it's just winter. And if you want to mix it more back to fall, then you could put mini pumpkins, you could put candy, you could put
Candy?
when your kids go trick-or-treating and you steal their candy, you could go right in here.
I love it.
Lots of different options, but a beautiful, beautiful piece that is the foundation of how this box came to be.
Yes, and if you want to make this spring-summer, we'll add to that. If you took the very first spring Luxe box we did, which was a year ago spring, we did the glass balls, one frosted and then the regular with the bubbles in them. They'll be beautiful inside of here.
Absolutely. Moving on, we have these set of 3 slim vases, and again, 3 different sizes, and they are all clear. So contrary to the vases Maddie showed, they are all clear. And because they are glass, you can actually put water in them if you prefer. And sunflower would be really pretty because they have those super long stems, and it would hold the water. You wouldn't have to worry about that. But these are the 3 beautiful glasses. Again, very transitional piece because it is clear. And I also love that only going to elevate and make your look extra sophisticated because they're just so neutral. And the filler, the stem that we have provided for you is this triple bloom. And you can see in here there's mauve and green. Bring it nice and close for you. so much dimension in these 3 stems. We haven't touched these. These are how they will come in your box in terms of the floof of the individual petals. And they just naturally are nice and fluffy and built out for you already. You won't have to play with them too much, which is right up my alley because I'm horrible with florals. But all you have to do is pop each one out potentially if you'd like that look. And they are wire based, so it's super easy to do that. They'll stay just how you put them. You just plop them right into a vase and bam, you're done. That is my kind of floral right there, guys.
And for these, we do suggest rather than trying to bend them, if you're going to put them in these narrow vases, because you'll have a very difficult time getting them back out, trim it down to the desired length you'd like. That would be our best suggestion for you there. And then, as Nicole mentioned, all the fillers that you could put inside the vase. You could put in the jeweled fillers if you wanted, just to give it, that's to keep the kind of clear, almost diamondy crystal look inside. Or you could add different sands or different colors. They'll be really, really pretty in this vase. These are the same dimensions as the vases in the version 2, which is the muted elegance.
Yes, and I just love, this is that mauve color with the green, and again, mauve is just the I would say one of the top 3 colors of fall 2023.
Absolutely. It was everywhere. And you're going to actually see a little decorating tip for you now. You are going to see the mauves and the pinks and the maroons and burgundies all flow through Christmas. So what we found when we were at the shows and we're talking to our partners, and I'm looking ahead for you a year ahead actually, but they had the fall and the winter out, and there were a lot of pink Christmases out there. They just took these beautiful colors and they took all the spectrum between pink and red and put them together and blended them, and they actually were really pretty. And it wasn't your traditional Christmas color, but they did make them look very elegant, and they showed how the mauves moved through the fall into the winter so that you had a 2-season approach.
Definitely. Okay, I'm going to move on to these next pieces because I'm so excited. So,
these are great.
These are a set of 3 pumpkins, and I'm going to recruit some help over here. Thank you so much. So, 3 different sizes. And these pumpkins are beautiful. So contrary to Maddie's pumpkins, which had the swirl in the stem, on these pumpkins, the swirl is actually in the glass. And I'll give you the up close and personal tour. But you can see, I almost tripped. Just how, it's kind of hard to see on camera. If you can see it, that's wonderful. If you can't, just trust me. But there's kind of like a glittery shimmer to the swirls in this caramel color throughout the pumpkin, which goes laterally, which really helps build the height of the pumpkin, I think. And you also have this amber colored stem, I would call it. And again, hand-blown glass. Hand-blown glass. Yes. Pardon me. And it's swirled all around, and it gives that fairy tale Cinderella vibes for me. Which is just, right?
Yes.
I don't know. I love the little spiral curviness of the top of the pumpkin. And they are just so wonderful and elegant.
They are. These are, again, I couldn't help myself. I saw these. That's why every version has a pumpkin in it this season. I apologize, but I could not stop myself after I saw them. And they're almost a champagne vanilla swirl with a little of that beautiful champagne glitter in there.
Making me hungry.
It's food. These are beautiful. And again, lots of weight to these.
Yes.
And they go so pretty with this version. They can intermix with your last fall's pieces. They're going to be fantastic and just flow for you once again. Again, all the same sizes, actually, as Maddie's version. So the sizes are exactly the same in the vases and the pumpkins. The 2 bowls we showed you for my creme brulee, the brown, we'll call it hat bowl, and the white hat bowl, the same size. And then Maddie's version was a little bit different. And then if you want, we'll also show them your botanical to go in your bowl.
Yes, and I also have one more item.
Go right ahead.
Perfect. So the last item of this version that we'd like to share is a set of 2, and these are little tea light holders. And I know you have some laying around because your kiddos are carving pumpkins and you're putting those in their pumpkins, and look, now you can add them to your little tea lights. So these, if you were around for our summer or any other version, you may have noticed a bit of a crystal theme that we have going.
Yes.
So
we're continuing on with your crystal and adding to it.
We have a crystal vase, a crystal tea light candle holder. We had the crystal lamp from which was summer 2023, so the most previous box.
Mm-hmm. And that goes beautifully with these.
Yes.
Your crystal cube.
The crystal cubes.
Yes, that we had your dragonflies on. That was in the spring. That will go, again, astoundingly well.
Yes. So a lot of clear glass or crystal that all complements each other, and we're just adding to your collection, and I could not be more excited about it. So
we know that many of you like to have a muted, kind of quiet, easy scene to decorate with. That's why I did a lot of the crystals and the clear glasses for you, because then you can make it pop with certain pieces of color and you don't have too much. So you'll see that we've kept your color palettes mostly neutral browns, creams, clears, whites, to give you that foundation to build upon. And then you'll notice too, these pumpkins have actually set beautifully well on the tray we gave them. And I can't remember which version now. I'm so excited about all of it, but it was your burlwood tray.
Summer 2022.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. 2022. That's right.
Yep, that burlwood tray.
It's been a minute. So that burlwood tray would play beautifully in here with these pumpkins as well, and then you could layer them.
Definitely. And building off what Mel just said, starting with kind of a more neutral foundation and adding a pop of color. So let me give you a great example.
Here's your pop of color. And then imagine it's winter.
Exactly. So you have this beautiful white bowl, that clear glass perimeter, which really adds another level of sophistication.
I love it.
Plus the red pepperberry filler. This in here would just be my dream come true. Winter, I'm ready for you. With these 2 items alone, I'm coming in hot.
She's ready. She's ready. Again, it just to show you how you can take your pieces and how you elevate them and bring them into another season. Because we know so many of you have been asking, well, what do I do with these? And that's why we say we're building your collection for you, and this is how you do it. And again, without giving away too much right now, I think I would be in big hot water with these 2 if I did, and the rest of the team, if I tried to tell you more about your winter luxe. But let's just say what you see here is going to roll right in, and if you take last year's luxe pieces, which I'm sure many of you remember, we sold out in a minute, and I even have a couple of you who picked both the versions of the luxe because you said you couldn't decide between the 2 last season. The pieces you're going to see in this winter are going to be perfect and seamless and flow right in. So last winter and this fall going into this winter, you're welcome. Yes. We're excited. I'm excited. I probably will be bouncing out of my chair for that one too.
Probably.
I'm trying very hard to stay in my seat right now. So we hope that you enjoyed watching the Luxe. If you have any questions, please, by all means, reach out to us at hello@mythirdandmain.com. So I think we are good to go. 3 versions again. We've got creme brulee, muted elegance, and classic composure.
Yes.
And that's it. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next up here in a day or 2. You'll be seeing Modern Farmhouse, our premier Modern Farmhouse semi-annual for the fall winter. Really excited about that one as too. So thanks so much for being with us, and we'll see you again soon. Bye. Bye.